Let me introduce you once again to our hero. Murali Krishnan, 40 years old, proudly South Indian, owner of a receding hairline, an advancing belly, and a lifelong membership in the WhatsApp University of Regret. His daily schedule looks something like this. 9:0 a. Wake up, snooze alarm 9. 15 am. Regret snoozing, 9:30 am. Rush to office like he was auditioning for Fast Furious, Secunderabad Drift, 10:0 am. Reach office, blame traffic, heat, and planetary alignment. But lately, Murali's soul had developed a new disease. CEO Envy. Part 1. The Rise of Jealousy. The CEO of Murali's company, Mr. Arjun Varma, was everything Murali wasn't. He had style. He had a six-pack. He had money. He had respect. He had a LinkedIn profile that gave TEDx organizers goosebumps. Murali, on the other hand, had a cracked Samsung phone and a reputation for once spilling curd rice on the office printer. Every time Arjun walked into the office in his fitted blazer and Bluetooth earpiece, people nodded like he was Moses descending from Mount Slide Deck with corporate commandments. Murali, meanwhile, had once walked in wearing mismatched shoes and no one noticed until lunchtime. One Tuesday, while reheating sambar in the pantry microwave, Murali muttered to himself, "All this man has to do is blink, and people update the spreadsheet. I ask for a file and they send me a meme." Murali's envy started small, a harmless comparison. But by Thursday, he had bookmarked Arjun's Instagram, saved his workout videos, and was Googling how to grow abs at 40 without diet or exercise. Part 2. Operation Spy. On. The CEO. Fueled by coffee and low self-esteem, Murali decided to study Arjun's life like a squirrel studying a vending machine. He arrived at office early, which shocked security. He followed Arjun discreetly, pretending to check his phone while peeking over his glasses. He even upgraded his lunch from curd rice to quinoa khichdi, because that's what successful people do. Arjun's day seemed perfect. 8:0 a.m. Gym 9:0 a.m. Smoothie. 9:30 a.m. Executive meeting 11:0 a.m. Inspiring speech that made interns cry with motivation. 1:0 p.m. Power lunch with VCs. 3:0 p.m. Yoga. 5:0 p.m. Exit with elegance. Meanwhile, Murali's day included tripping over the office dog, sending an accidental "I love you" to the HR group chat, having a showdown with the vending machine over a stuck samosa. Murali started thinking, maybe Arjun Varma is just built different. Maybe God gave him CEO DNA and gave me a glitchy beta version. Part 3. The bathroom breakdown. Not Murali's this time. Then came Friday. The day everything changed. Murali was in the executive washroom not because he was an executive, but because his regular bathroom had run out of toilet paper. While adjusting his belt and admiring how his belly button looked like a surprised emoji, he heard something strange from the next stall. Sniffling, and not the kind from allergies. This was the kind that came with existential dread and bonus tissues. Murali, ever the curious raccoon, paused. Voice. "I can't do this anymore. I missed my son's recital again. My wife thinks I'm having an affair with my MacBook. My blood pressure is higher than our quarterly goals." Murali froze. That voice was Arjun Varma, the CEO, the golden man, the LinkedIn legend, crying in the bathroom like a human. Part 4. The CEO is human? Murali tiptoed out and sat in the pantry, stunned. He stared into his chai like it was a magic cauldron. How can a man with 6 abs have 6 problems? He whispered to no one. Later that evening, Murali accidentally ran into Arjun in the parking lot and casually asked, "Rough day?" Arjun smiled faintly. "You ever feel like you're winning every game, but losing your life?" Murali blinked. This was the same guy who once gave a motivational talk titled, "Tanks your output without crying like a baby." And now here he was, sounding like a rejected TED Talk himself. Arjun confessed. He hadn't slept properly in months. He hadn't laughed at a real joke in years, unless it was a KPI. His last vacation was just a Zoom call from a different chair. Murali didn't know whether to hug him or give him his Tums. Part 5. Realization everybody has their own problems. That night, Murali couldn't sleep, not just because his neighbor was singing Kolaveri D at 1:00 a.m., but because his brain was full. He realized something profound. Arjun's life looked shiny, but came with invisible EMI. Respect came with pressure. Money came with migraines. Success came with sacrifices. And Murali? He wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. But he had time for his family, real friends who didn't circle back, and a stomach strong enough to eat roadside bhaji without fear. Murali chuckled and told himself, I might not have 6 packs, but I have 6 reasons to be okay. Part 6. The Great Reverse Envy. The next day, Arjun called Murali into his office. Murali panicked. Did he hear me in the bathroom? Is this a PIP or a PPP? Post-promotion pity. But Arjun smiled. I've been watching you. Murali gulped. Please, I didn't steal the office chair, it came home by mistake. No, Arjun laughed. You're the only one here who's free. You're real. When you talk, people don't adjust their face like it's a Zoom filter. I envy you. Murali's jaw hit the carpet. The CEO envied him? Life had flipped like a badly made dosa. Part 7. The Balance Sheet of Life. A week later, Murali started a new initiative in office called Real Talk Thursdays. No buzzwords, just stories. Laughter, humanity. Arjun joined the first session and admitted he once accidentally wore 2 different socks to a board meeting in New York and blamed it on a diversity statement. Everyone laughed, including the interns. Suddenly, Murali wasn't just another employee. He was the glue, the laughter, the guy who reminded everyone that life isn't perfect, and that's okay. Epilogue. The final invoice. Murali still had his regrets. He still had his belly and his cracked Samsung. But he no longer wished for someone else's life, because now he knew everybody's life looks easier from the outside. Some people carry stress in spreadsheets, others in stomach folds. But everyone is dealing with something. Moral with masala. Don't envy someone else's highlight reel. Even CEOs cry in bathrooms. And most importantly, you're not failing. You're just not on their episode. If you are interested in our videos, please subscribe to our channel, which lets me understand you are watching.